Hey guys, what is up? It's Leilani back again with another YouTube video. And today I'm going to be giving you 7 things to know when you are staying at a hostel. So let's get right into it. Also, I hope you guys are having a great day, a great night, and I really appreciate you for tuning in. So the first tip, which is pretty basic, is to use Booking or Hostel World to find your hostels. For me, I've found so far that it's best to just show up in person, but not all hostels allow that. I've seen some pretty crazy stories on not showing up even a minute on time. So be careful, but I definitely recommend Booking because it's a lot cheaper than Hostel World for like the same hostels. Plus you can get a discount and stuff, but Hostel World is nice because it keeps track of all the hostels you've been at. You can meet other people on there that you're staying with and message them, I believe, and it will just keep track of all the hostels you've been at, and it will show others like your journey and stuff. So I think that's really cool. I learned the second tip really quickly thanks to my old friend that I went to Mexico with, is females. Use the female dorms if they have it, okay? Because usually they will have hostels will have a mixed dorm and a female dorm, and sometimes they will have all male dorms. But I went to the mixed dorm at first and it was just a bunch of guys, but then I found out that there was also a female dorm in the hostel I was staying at. And honestly, females, you need to totally do the female dorms because you will meet a lot of cool other traveling females and other girls that you can talk to in the long run. It's just like a way better experience. It goes smoother. You don't really have to hide yourself that much. You know what I'm trying to say? You don't have to feel as worried because these are just a bunch of strangers at the end of the day. I would highly recommend females to use a female dorm and to purchase one because the experience is just overall way better and it's a lot more like a helpful community, if that makes sense. So if you're traveling on a budget or you want to travel the world but you don't have the money, use Workaway or Wolf. As far as I know, I have not done Workaway because I really just enjoy being able to do what I want without really having to worry about what I have to do during the day or if they need me at a certain time. Like, I really just like to experience things on my own. But definitely, if you are trying to travel on a budget, of course you're gonna need money, but Workaway and Wolf are really good from what I've heard. So you just are volunteering to work for them. Usually it's help setting up the beds, like introducing people to the area, what's where and what's that, and just simple things like that you can volunteer for. You can work outside. Like, there's a bunch of things that you can sign up for, even videography or whatever. Like, you can totally do that as well, but it just depends what you're going for. So this leads me to tip number 4. So if you've been staying at a hostel for a while, you're kind of in a situation where you need to stay longer, maybe even months or weeks in this certain area, you can ask the workers that work there for the hostel if there's anything that you can do to stay there longer without having to pay a fee or whatever. So my friend, she said that she did this. She just asked what she can do so she can live there for a while without having to pay because it got expensive. And yeah, they gave her a list of things she can do. I'm not really sure, but I'm sure it was just like cleaning up, changing the sheets, whatever it is. So that is definitely something that you can do if you're in a situation like that, is to ask if you can volunteer and if there's anything you can do to help around in order to stay longer without having to pay a fee. Okay, tip number 5 is to bring a lock. 2 locks for me personally. One is for my backpack and one is for the lockers, because if you already know, if you don't know, hostels usually have lockers for you to put your stuff in, and they don't always have a lock to give you. So I keep 2. So this one here, it's just like a little code one. I use this for the locker because it's more accessible. And then for my backpack, because I just use like a small backpack for now. I'm definitely gonna have to re-up on that, but I just use this small little lock that I got off like a lock box because I'm just using what I have, my resources, and I just keep it in like a little container. That way it's all nice and safe. I will keep like the little lock on here. Yeah, that's a really helpful tip because honestly, you never know what kind of people you're gonna run into or what you're gonna get, so it's always better to be safe than sorry. So yeah. Okay, tip number 6. I feel like this one is really important because no matter where I've gone to a hostel, I feel like water has always been an issue so far for me. Like either the water isn't good, I don't know. I just have this weird thing about water. Always bring your own water and bring your own food because there will be some hostels that they like to feed you. You know, the other people there will, you know, make you food or whatever. There'll be food in the fridge. But there's also other scenarios where there is no food at all in the kitchen that they have and you're kind of just fending for yourself. So definitely bring some food, some snacks at least, because obviously when you're traveling, you're kind of just getting food on the go, if that makes sense. I only stayed a few days in Denver, so I just took a gallon of water and that was good enough for me. But I would recommend maybe taking 1 or 2 or however much. Even my friend, she has like this big container thing, like army container for water that she keeps in her van. So even simple things like that, if you can carry it around you, I would definitely recommend it. All right, and the last tip I have, which is number 7, is to bring a blanket and a towel. Of course, you're gonna want to bring it, but for someone like me, I really don't care to bring a blanket or a towel, but I learned very quickly on my first travel when I was done that I always need to carry a blanket. The reason I recommend doing this, first of all, because you want a blanket for when you're traveling. Like you're going to be sleeping a lot on the way there. Like you're going to want to stay warm. You're going to want to be comfortable. Like I swear, sometimes the buses going to a place can be so freaking cold. So a blanket will really save your life on a long bus ride. But the reason I brought this up is because at some hostels, so far I haven't gotten any hostels where there's like the privacy curtains, but I just like to bring an extra blanket or an extra towel because it will act as a curtain. That way you have your own privacy. And usually maybe you want to bring like 2, but usually 1 is good for me. But 2 just in case you like have a bunk in the middle where you can like see on this side and this side. But I'm just saying that for privacy reasons because you're like sleeping right next to other people sometimes. So that's just to help you out. If you don't really care what you look like when you're sleeping or you don't really care to have that privacy, then this tip is not for you. But yeah, pretty much that was it on my 7 tips to know when you're staying at a hostel. I really hope you enjoyed and I can't wait to update this and travel more so I can teach you guys more because I'm still on my learning process as well. But I'm just here to help you guys out and help share the wisdom as well. So if you enjoyed this video, please leave a like, comment, and subscribe because it really helps out my channel. And I also have other social medias. You can follow me on my link tree down in the description, so make sure to go follow those to keep up to date with my life. And I will follow you back. I'll message you and we can connect that way as well if you have any questions. But yeah, pretty much that was it. And thank you for watching and I love you guys and I'll see you guys in the next one.